Hey everybody, you're tuned into the AFTERBUZZ Vice Principals After Show. We're going to talk about Season 1, Episode 4, Run for the Money, so stay tuned.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Yeah. We're tripping right now, guys.
Can we get some weird lights in here? Yes.
Whoa. Hey guys, we're back.
Whoa.
We're back with this trippy episode, Run for the Money. Pretty fun Spirit Week episode.
Yes.
Pep rally and everything.
These episodes are getting darker, and I don't know. What do you guys think? Are they?
I don't think they're getting that much dark. I feel like I'm growing to like people.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes. Totally.
What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think so.
Gamby, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm seeing he has a heart.
Wait, yeah.
A heart of gold.
I was like, wait, oh man, he's changing.
Yes.
But before we get into that, where can we find you guys on the internet? Kelsey, where can we find you?
Hi, I'm Kelsey Hightower, and you can find me online at Kels Hightower.
I'm Tamra Brown. Follow me on Snapchat at Hey Tamra.
Hey, I'm Kelly McInerney. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at HollyWeirdo or Snapchat Kelly McInerney, but 3 L's, so Kellly. So yeah, it's Run for Your Money. The main storyline was just the getting ready for the pep rally and the big game against Percival.
Mm-hmm. Big rival.
Heavy Dr. Belinda Brown episode, right?
Boy, my heart aches for the woman.
Man, yes, that's how I feel. I was like,
and I noticed that we have like a couple YouTube comments where they're like, I think everybody that I've rooted for so far, our audience is like on Gamby and Russell's side. Fair enough, but I'm still standing on Dr. Brown's team.
especially after this episode, she really crushed it, you know?
She's been taking a lot of hits, too. And, I mean, I get that's the point and the butt of the joke, but, I mean, that's a lot. House burns down, kids that skip school.
Yeah.
All
Call
this
her
kind
an
of
asshole.
Stuff. Yeah, it's just like, she has to put up with a lot. So, you know, you kind of have to have some relation with her, you know,
Heart
some
goes
kind
out
of
to her.
connection.
But
Yeah.
she still, like, kills it at the, like, we'll talk about it later, but the pep rally.
Oh, yeah.
Like, she's such a strong woman, you know?
Yeah.
This
I want to be her.
Yeah. It's a
Sure.
series about, like, dudes, but I feel like we're ending up liking the girls way more. But, so it starts off, Dr. Belinda Brown is cleaning up her house with her sons, who we find out later, like, almost at the end of the episode, their names are Mario and Lou.
Mario and Luigi? Is she a big Super Mario Brothers fan?
Yeah, that'd be cool. But they tell her that it's arson, so she blames her sons first because they want to go back to Philly and everything. Do you think that was the right thing to blame I guess who else can you blame?
I mean, from her perspective,
Yeah.
I can see why she would think that they did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they were the number one suspect because they weren't in school and they caused trouble, you know. They're just, you know, they didn't want to be there. So I can kind of see where you would be questioning that. Mm-hmm. You know, and as a parent, I feel like you would look at your kids and be like, hey, snap into place, you know, like, did you do this? Like, what's the problem? Like, you're kind of had that. So I see that.
Those two boys were really good actors. I was really struck by the younger one. I'll have to look up his name, but I thought that they were great actors.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I thought they were pretty good because especially they just were not happy with anything. But it's weird because I feel like they still were good sons. Like, they loved their mom, but they're like, Ma, I don't want to be here, you know?
And respect her when she says go to bed at 5:30, and they're like, oh.
But still
Damn
call
it.
her an asshole.
Yeah.
It's a weird
It's a weird
balance.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But you could tell it's still a loving family. Especially, I thought it was weird when they showed her, like, disciplining them and then, like, a family that was scared in the hotel. Did you see that? After, they ran outside in the hallway or whatever, and she was, like, trying to get them inside, and then there was, like, a family that was checking in, and they're like, oh, this is weird.
Oh,
Yeah.
I missed that part. I didn't see them.
Yeah.
do
Was
that,
it was it a racist connotation?
I feel
Yeah.
like it might have been because they were white as a white family. It's like it's not.
Yeah.
She's not doing anything that bad.
Yeah.
So I thought that was.
There was a couple little like racist nods in this episode. A little like microaggressions,
Yeah.
as they say in Salon and such.
Yeah. It was weird because I was like, that's just normal families disciplining, you know? I don't know. But
Wait, what's normal? Oh, her sending the kids out.
Yeah, it wasn't like
normal
a big
discipline.
like, whoa, that's weird.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I thought that was kind of off. But she still holds her own even after, so Gamby and Lee Russell still trying to take her down no matter what. Even though later on we find out somebody changes his mind a little bit. So they decide to join with the Percival team, kind of, and dress up as rams and just
vandalize the school.
insane.
Yeah. I mean, it kind of goes to all of these scenes and montages where they're, I guess, vandalizing property. It's just so over the top, you know? It's just like, I can still picture the fire scene in her house.
Yeah.
Like this with like rams going everywhere in the school and just the things that they wrote all over and like
Breaking the trophy cases.
the trophy cases.
and
It's just like
drawing a
Drawing a-
vagina
yeah.
on the wall.
Calling her a cunt,
Yeah.
too. Belinda is IZ a cunt.
Oh God.
yeah, it's just like
Belinda.
takes it to a new level for sure.
So
Yeah.
sorry.
She like held it even when she's like, why are they calling me out? You know?
Yeah.
She's very good for her. Like, it just makes you want to be strong too.
But those are
Yeah.
those moments when she's like picking up on kind of their loose ends. I keep thinking, oh, this is going to be the time that she gets them. Like, I'm wondering if there's going to be a point where she finds out that all of this is the two vice principals, you know? So I keep wondering if there's going to be a moment like that.
Do you think she has any suspicions over them?
I think this is the episode where she started. I think a little spark of suspicion started at Gamby and Russell in this episode.
When do you think it when the vandalizing?
When Principal Cavanaugh says she's standing there with her two vice principals. I loved the mirror of Dr. Brown and Principal Cavanaugh, and her two minions, and then they seemed like they are on her side as opposed to trying to fight her like Russell and Gamby are to Dr. Brown. But when she said those two wanted your job, I think that's when for the first time she was like, oh, wait a minute. That's probably true.
Yep. Yeah, I agree. I kind of saw that little light bulb go off.
Yeah.
And she's too smart to
Have it go over her head.
Yeah. Well, she's too smart to show any indication that she suspects them.
Oh, right. Yes.
I feel that.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, so right after the vandalizing, she's like, let's go to Percival and try and stop it.
Mm-hmm.
But Percival not into it because they've been winning for 9 years straight. Might as well just keep being terrible people.
Do you guys watch Game of Thrones?
No.
Okay. If anybody watches Game of Thrones,
Which is everybody else, but like us.
Yeah. Okay. So if anybody out there watches Game of Thrones, the scene when they walk into the principal's office and she's like pumping and has to like put her breast away. You know?
Yeah. No, I know.
Okay. You guys were looking at me for a second like that didn't happen, and I was like, wait, did I imagine
I
that?
thought it was going to be a reference to like a Game of Thrones.
No,
thing. I was
yeah.
like, what happened to Game of Thrones?
But it is. I don't know. To me, and maybe this is probably a huge stretch, but there's a character in Game of Thrones that she's a queen of one of the kingdoms, and she breastfeeds her like 8-year-old son, and so, but she's sort of the same type of character that Principal Cavanaugh is. So it just to my brain just made that connection. I almost wonder if was that a little wink to Game of Thrones, or was it just am I completely imagining that altogether? I don't know.
Still HBO, and also her son was pretty old. He was an in vitro baby.
Yeah.
She's still nursing him. Weird. Just a weird. When you think North Jackson's weird, Percival's just I feel like a little bit weirder.
They're like creepier.
Yeah,
That's a good word, I think, for it. Just creepy.
Yeah. So she tries to stop it, and they're like, nah, we're not gonna, we're gonna win this game. No big deal. And I think when do you think that Gamby starts feeling like maybe we should win? Do you guys...
Oh, I feel like Gamby just has that pride for sport. Like, he's kind of, I feel like, a manly man, like, likes sports, likes athletics. And so I feel like he's always rooting for the team. I think that's kind of like what we see, like, when it comes down to it at his core. Like, he's like, yeah, like, football. Like, that's kind of his breaking moment that we see with him. It's like, okay, if we're going to, you know, completely ruin the football team, or you get to be vice principal or principal, then he's kind of like, well, I can't do that. You know, that's when when it comes out, I feel like. So, 'cause I feel like he's always been for them and the team.
I felt like he didn't care until he found out that Ray was a Percival alum.
Oh yeah.
But maybe you're right. I think in previous
Probably a lot
episodes he
to do
did.
with it.
He showed like team spirit for the football previously.
Yeah, I feel like he wants that job, but he's also very proud of his school. You know, he doesn't want to shit on the school that much.
Because he's been there forever.
Yeah, and I think maybe his dad might have been principal there. I'm not sure if it was there or some
right.
other place. But whereas Lee Russell just wants to be, like, he doesn't care about sports, he doesn't care about it, he just wants to win. So it's weird to realize, oh, he's not the bigger villain. He's just, I feel like we're starting to get to see the, like, Gamby is kind of a human, even though he doesn't mean to be, like, misogynistic all the time when he, like, tells Snodgrass to get on her knees.
Yeah, or tells Taylor, like, you're very beautiful, but... like, as if that's your only positive attribute, teenage girl. You know, everything is about your looks. Real quick, speaking of Mr. Russell, a couple of our YouTube comments said that they don't think that he's gay. I think in one of the previous episodes we talked about whether
He was gay or not.
Mr. Russell is gay or not.
But he's married, right?
Isn't
that what, when we went to his house and we saw that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I assumed that was a beard because they live in North Carolina, so.
I mean, maybe. Hopefully we'll find out.
We want to learn more about these characters.
I don't think it's it's not integral to the plot at all. I don't think we'll ever find out, but I just thought that was interesting that a couple people didn't think that was the case. So fair enough.
Truth. So we find out, I think, at the game, or no, at the pep rally. I think that's maybe when this is when I feel that Gamby starts to be like, oh, okay, maybe we should care about this sport, because Belinda gives like this crazy awesome speech that I honestly thought she was gonna sing. What did you guys think?
I kind of saw that coming because the music was going right with what she was saying and everything. So yeah, I could see that. But I kind of think that it was before that, even when they went to the other school and they saw that principal. What was her name?
I think it was Cavanaugh. I think I'm saying
Principal Cavanaugh.
Right. Yeah.
When she gave that speech and like they walked in and kids were like screaming and they were so into it.
Yeah.
Go Rams! And then and the piñata.
Yes, that was one of the racist.
Made me kind of sit back a little bit in my seat. I was like,
that was uncomfortable.
This is very uncomfortable for me. But at that moment, I think he was kind of like really was like, we need to go back to our school. Like, what about our pride? You know,
because then he does call out Snodgrass on like, the decorations need to be crazier. Yeah. You know,
it was like one sign. You know, like. We're not done, right? Oh, thank goodness we're done. Yeah, that's it.
They don't need a reminder of what high school they go to.
Yeah. So
a good quote.
It was good in a way, this episode, because we realize Belinda is such a strong woman, but also, Gamby has a heart, because then Lee Russell has this crazy idea that he wants to douse the team with liquid LSD, which is just...
crazy. Yeah, insanity.
God, it's too much. And so Gamby starts fighting with him over it, and they spill it on them, and they both have an LSD trip. I feel like one of the most entertaining, like, weird scenes of the season so far. What do you guys think of the LSD trip that they did?
I mean, it was definitely a trip. It was it was very interesting, though, because now that I've got Russell on my mind, what about when he kissed that guy with the beard and stroked his beard?
That's his, like, alter ego guy, isn't it? The other vice principal.
Was that who that was?
Yeah.
Oh, was it his mirror?
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, didn't see that. Good connection.
And then they started shooting them.
Yeah, it was very creative. I'll say that.
Yeah.
I liked when they like would vanish people, like whoosh, you're gone.
With with Rich or Rick. That's what Gamby did.
Yeah.
Just like swiped him away.
Yeah,
Crazy.
creative
Swiped
stuff
right.
happened. Swipe right.
Yeah. But it was funny, and I loved that Belinda just went hard once the game went on. You know, she's a very professional woman, but once she realizes, oh, that's what you're playing, okay, I'll fight that too. And she calls Cavanaugh. She called her. She's like, take your button-up pancake titties. We're gonna beat you or whatever. Like,
Belinda, I love ya.
So good.
So good.
This was just like an I love Belinda episode. I feel like.
Oh, that just popped a prediction into my head. Okay.
Okay.
I'll sit on it for a second.
Yeah. Ultimately, though, they do win. The Warriors, I was gonna say. North Jackson does win after 9 years of losing. They won again. Just ends like that, which is, I think, it was a very positive episode considering the last few.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. And
It was, it was more, I enjoyed this one. It was a lot more fun. With the LSD trip and the weird Mrs. Cavanaugh.
Yeah.
I enjoyed this episode.
yeah, and it kind of just shows, like, it made you finally like Gamby a little bit, because I know he's been a difficult character.
I've had a rough journey with Gamby, and I did like him.
Same.
Yeah.
A little bit at least. Not the whole episode, but because he still was a little bit sexist with some stuff. But
Ugh,
he's
a
learning.
little bit.
He's learning.
I don't think
guys.
he's learning.
I don't know.
I don't think he's. I'm never
hoping.
gonna see. We're not gonna see. Gamby vote for Hillary. We're not gonna. Gamby's. he's misogynist, and that's his character.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Oh well.
But he has a heart, you know.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah.
He loves his daughter, so maybe at least he wants her to be a strong, independent woman.
So there's that. So there's that.
There's that.
1 point.
Yeah. But I guess let's go into some predictions, yeah?
All right. What is my prediction here?
And now,
know.
your AFTERBUZZ TV.
LSD trip predictions.
More drugs. No. Do you guys have any? What, you just had one pop into your head.
I'm just thinking, we're getting, Belinda Brown's character is getting more and more, we're getting more sympathetic to her. So I'm wondering if that's building up to, is she going to, maybe the last episode, is she going to do something, ultimately cruel? Is it building her up as a sympathetic character because the tables are gonna turn 360 and she's all of a sudden gonna do something horrible that we're gonna hate her?
I could see that.
I wonder if that's where it's going.
I hope not.
I hope
I
not.
hope
but
not.
could
I
kinda
really
see
like her too, but
Yeah.
it's just I'm curious how are these fellas gonna win the principal? Either one of them gonna win the principal role when we like her so much?
Yeah, that's true.
That's true. I'm going to stick with my last couple weeks prediction with this love triangle. We didn't really get to see any of that. Well, we got a little glimpse in the closet at the beginning, but I think we're going to see that develop in the next episode because we didn't really get anything in this episode.
Remind us the triangle between.
Okay, that's Snodgrass and Abbott and
right.
Gamby.
And Gamby.
Yes, so something's going to happen. He still really likes Snodgrass, but he's playing with fire here, with Abbott. So I think that's going to blow up, She's
Yeah.
going to turn crazy. That's my prediction.
I believe it. I believe it for sure. I think next episode, they break up. Lee Russell and Gamby breaks up because I saw the preview. He's like, Russell's like, I want a new partner. Mm-hmm. So I think in the end that Gamby, I don't think he wants the principal thing that much. I think he's going to join Team Belinda because I think his pride for the school is more important to him.
Okay.
Than the vice principal. That's what I'm hoping.
I could see that.
I like that. That's an interesting.
There was a divide with the acid water.
Yeah.
So
LSD water.
acid water.
LSD water. I don't know.
Yeah.
No,
So-
I mean that's accurate. There's just something that just sounded funny. I don't know why.
The acid water.
Yeah.
Whatever.
But yeah, fun episode. Do you guys have anything else you want to add to it, or? No.
I don't think so, but I like that idea that Gamby's gonna join Team Team Dr. Belinda Brown.
Yeah.
I like that. I hope you're right about that.
Me too. That's why I predicted it. But yeah, until then though, until next week, where can we find you guys on the internet?
You can find me, Kelsey Hightower, online on social media at Kelsey Hightower.
And you can find me, Tamra Brown, on Snapchat, Hey Tamra, HeyTamra.
And I'm Kelly McInerney. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at HollyWeirdo or Snapchat, Kelly McInerney, but with 3 L's.
Woo!
We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.